It is Tuesday, October 28th, 2025. This is another World Series edition of Baseball Today, presented to you by Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Looking for a refreshing citrusy kick? Go grab yourself a Mountain Dew. That is definitely my man, Trevor Plouffe. I am Chris Rose, producer Dan, and intern Sawyer along for the ride as well. Truth be told, we are taping this at 5 a.m. Eastern, 2 a.m. Pacific time. After the longest game in World Series history, my man did Talking Baseball live from a suite at Dodger Stadium afterward, drove back fighting through traffic, and now he's ready to spill all the tea on the game. Are you hanging in there?
I'm doing great. Honestly, I still have energy. Voice is a little gone.
Yeah.
Stood up pretty much the entire game, was screaming. We had a great time, man. I was actually kind of bummed when the game ended, if we're being honest. It was just cool to be a part of that. I wanted it to go like 20 or something like that.
Okay, we'll get to that in just a second. I do want to give a tip of the cap. Right before the game, we found out that Mookie Betts was the recipient of the Roberto Clemente Award, which is damn cool. I got to tell you. And, here's another former league MVP that also gets bestowed this honor on him. And I've shared this story before. I've had the good fortune of working with both Kurt Warner and LaDainian Tomlinson, who are Pro Football Hall of Famers, who were MVPs on the field, and both won the Walter Payton Man of the Year honor. And they always tell me that is the one that they, direct everybody to when they come over to the house. That's the one they're most proud of, and I'm sure the Mookie Betts feels the same way.
Absolutely. Can I get my own tip of the cap?
Please.
There was this dude from World War II that they always give like a salute to a veterans at Dodger Stadium, right? We saw this guy walking. We knew it was going to be him. Didn't know he was like World War II, like all these accolades. Awesome, right? So he walks back to his seat on his own volition. This guy's 100 years old. Looks great, by the way. Like skin looks good. He walks up the stairs. Everyone's applauding him again. And then he must have gone the wrong section. He walked down the stairs, then back up the stairs. I was like, this guy, we can't keep doing it to this guy, but he did it. And I don't know, man. That's like when men were men. It was like awesome to see.
That's how
I don't know how many World War II vets are still around. I mean, not many.
You're right.
This guy was kicking, and I wish I remembered his name. It's been a long night, but tip of the cap to him.
That's a good one. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and that's how he stays in great shape. He keeps
nobody was holding him, Chris. Like nobody. He was walking on his own.
That's cool. That is good stuff. And so too was the game that had so many twists and turns. And this is finally the way it finished.
11:50 in Los Angeles. Freeman sends a fly ball to center field. Varsho's going back before the clock strikes me. Freddie Freeman has ended it. It's a repeat hero with the last word and a Game 3 classic.
What were your emotions like circling the bases?
Oh my gosh. Just pure excitement. When you grind and fight, and our bullpen and our pitching staff did what they did, to have that go 6 hours and 40 minutes or so, that's as good as it gets.
So you said you wanted it to keep going, but what was the feeling in the stadium? Were people spent? What was it?
Yeah, it was a weird mixture of energy. That we had a guy next to us who was just like, he started out rocking. Tyler Glasnow does a lot of Led Zeppelin stuff, so he was like rocking out. You could tell he loved classic rock. And by the end of the game, he was like just ornery and mad at everything. I wanted to like, dude, just leave, but he didn't. But at that moment, yeah, people were just. Every fly ball that didn't get out, there was the groans. And then every strikeout that left the runner on base, there was the groans. And then when Freddie hit this ball, I think people were so conditioned because we had I think it was the Teoscar and the Will Smith balls that just didn't get out. That no one thought this one was going to go either. And then sure enough, it did. And the place erupted, man. There was a lot of people still left. I don't know how it looked like on TV. Mm-hmm. I got some text from people saying like, are there empty seats? From my vantage point, 90% of the crowd was still there, maybe more.
Yeah, there was definitely some yellow. You could see it. Having lived out here for 25 years, I'm never going to get on people for leaving, even if it's a World Series game. It's the worst parking lot you've ever been in. If you haven't been to Dodger Stadium, you just have to kind of take our word for it. But that's not what we're here to discuss, is when people were leaving the game. So Freddie joins Big Papi, Carlos Correa, Bernie Williams as guys who hit multiple walk-off homers in their playoff career, which is pretty great. He is the first one to have multiple in World Series. Of course, he had a walk-off grand slam in Game 1 of the World Series a season ago against the Yankees, propelled himself to a World Series MVP and everything else. So it's just kind of in his DNA. It was shocking that when he drove in Shohei earlier in that game, that was just his second RBI in the entire postseason.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about the entire Dodgers offense kind of like needing to pick it up. And then, we get this game. Obviously, Freddie coming on strong there. Shohei, I know we're going to get into that as well. My goodness. And then what did we say to Oscar? Hey, you need to leave Toronto behind you. What inning home? Second inning homer, I believe it was.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to text me right away, but you didn't. I was kind of disappointed. I told Jake, Chris is going to text me in 5 seconds. Watch. And then you didn't do it.
Well, because I was busy. I quote tweeted the clip that we had put out about this very topic. And so I said, here you go, everybody. And I pointed to it below. So that was my fault. I didn't personalize it, which I should have. So that's on me. And what else is on me? I felt bad that I put you in a terrible position on Monday morning show when basically I grilled you on every reliever as to whether or not they have the trust of their manager. And we got to about a combined 3.5 between the two teams, and they emptied the bullpens. Essentially, the Dodgers did. There were chairs out there. There were no humans sitting in the bullpen. And for the Blue Jays, all they had left once Little came into the game were starters. That was it. So I apologize for doing that. But how about
they all
Will
looked
Klein?
Great, by the way. I mean,
Can we talk about Will Klein?
Yeah.
I have to admit, I had heard his name before the World Series rosters, but I didn't ever remember him pitching anything meaningful this year. And so this was really the first time I had a chance to sit down and focus on him doing it. When he got into Game 1, I was kind of tuned out at that point. So this was as unexpected a performance as I can remember a pitcher having in World Series play in recent time.
75 pitches. Save Yamamoto from having to go into the game, which is,
Right.
I think, going to pay dividends later in the series. Dalt had a note that he'd never thrown more than 45 in any outing at the professional level. So to go about 30 pitches above in the World Series. And let's be honest, you could talk about the Blue Jays lineup and everybody that was out of it, but it's still a major league lineup. It's still the World Series. And this is a very pivotal game in the World Series. It was an incredible outing. And again, it was everybody that came in did their job. It was awesome to see.
Yeah. On the other side, Lauer, who was a starter for at least half of this season. And then they pushed him back to the bullpen and kind of had lost. I don't know if he had lost the trust of his manager, but he certainly wasn't being put in high leverage situations. What did he do? He pulled his best Nathan Eovaldi that he could, threw 68 pitches over 4 1/3, shutout ball, 2 hits. He did walk 4, but he struck out a couple and just did an amazing job. I mean, these are the sort of performances where you walk into a clubhouse and everybody comes up to you and taps you and is just like, you're a baller.
It was awesome to see. Again, I didn't want to see a position player pitch.
No.
I know that. I don't think anybody wanted that.
Can I ask you this? Did you know? I mean, we had found out on the broadcast, and I thought Kenny Rosenthal and Tom Verducci did a great job communicating with the managers during the game. We found out, Dave Roberts said, hey, once Klein's done with this inning, I'm going to go to a position player. I don't know which one yet. And then the whole Yamamoto thing shifted, and then Klein gave him another inning. But you guys had no idea.
Dalton was texting us,
okay,
kind of keeping us updated, and that's when I was like, no freaking way. Is this stadium and everybody watching going to sit through 17 innings of baseball and then have a World Series game decided by a pitcher? That to me is just a travesty. And then we saw Yamamoto walk out. I'm like, okay, that's crazy. I thought Snell would be before Yamamoto. This guy just threw a complete game on freaking Saturday. And here he is volunteering to pitch. So, just an absolute dog. I don't know what, I guess Little could have kept going if need be. I'd assume at least another inning or two
Mhm.
for the Blue Jays, and then they had Savage or whoever else they could go to. But I knew Shohei wasn't going to throw, and you knew Bieber wasn't going to throw.
Well, Bieber was out there.
He was out there.
Oh,
Why
yeah,
would
he
they
was.
do that?
Well, that was the thing, is that he started doing the balls, and that was the furthest that he got. I don't.
And why wasn't
think-
it Blake Snell? Do you think he threw today? How could you anticipate this?
Right. I'm guessing. Well, remember, we did ask the question: at what point did they start pulling starters and putting them in the bullpen?
We didn't think like this though.
No.
We're talking about like in high leverage.
Yeah. So that was just some amazing stuff that went on. And, it was funny. I'm watching the game with Michelle and Josh was like, well, of course Yamamoto is going to go out there. He's got $325 million guaranteed. Like, if he gets hurt, he gets hurt. He's still getting his money. It's different than Shane Bieber, who's about to go be a free agent and is still working his way back from Tommy John surgery. I said, yes, but not everybody is going to go up to their manager and say, hey, it was awesome that we got to see the interpreter going up to Pryor and Roberts. Is like, here he is. He's ready. Or maybe Yamamoto didn't know, and the translator just volunteered his services.
You got it, Yama. Throwing that javelin around, your arm is ready. That's crazy.
So the question is, how do the Blue Jays really bounce back here? Well, their skipper had to answer that question after the game.
How big is the challenge to make sure that you don't lose this game twice?
Not at all. I mean, not at all. This group is going to be ready to play tomorrow. You know what I mean? It's longest game in World Series history, whatever it is, tied for it. I mean, these guys are enjoying it. They were in the right mindset and the right headspace the entire time. You know what I mean? It sucks that it's late right now. We got to come back and do it again tomorrow. But these guys are going to be more than ready. You know what I mean? The Dodgers didn't win the World Series today. They won a game. You know what I mean? And these guys are going to be ready to go tomorrow.
Do you agree with the last 5 seconds of that statement?
I do. I mean, the Blue Jays were a delayed strike 3 call from being ahead in the game and possibly winning it in regulation, if you will. So, like, they had plenty of chances. I think they're going to bounce back and be completely fine. Now, George Springer getting hurt is a much bigger deal to me than this game going 18 and them losing it. Like, that to me is a bigger blow. I think John Schneider kind of managed himself a little bit into having the lineup that he did. That's not going to be the way it is tomorrow. I think he'll probably learn from a few of those decisions. I think the Blue Jays are very, very much still in this series.
Yeah, just to clean up a few things. Springer did go get an MRI. Obviously, we're not going to have results until Tuesday. Well, shit, it is Tuesday. Until later today. And he said we'll see how he wakes up, but it certainly didn't look good. I mean, those are those injuries that when a guy leaves, those are usually 4 to 6 weeks, and it's not 4 to 6 hours. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. That's a tough one, man.
It's tough, and I hated hearing. How loud were the cheers when Springer got hurt?
I honestly didn't hear many cheers. I heard the boos. I'll tell you what, Carlos Correa still gets booed louder.
Okay.
He does.
Well, it's always hard to tell, and I put out a tweet about it, and people were like, well, you could hear the cheers. It was thousands and thousands, and I always say, you can't tell through a TV, but you heard a few. So I'm talking to a few people.
A few.
Clean it up.
It's just, these people are, they've been drinking.
Yeah. We're a few minutes into the show. We have yet to really dig into the whole Shohei Ohtani file. So here we go.
Ohtani, center cut fastball, ball swung, Ohtani's up, Shohei, 5-5.
As a guy who did this for a living, what the hell is it like to watch a guy reach base 9 times?
It's honestly a shock. I told Jake, I was like, dude, when we're like grandparents, we're going to be like telling a story of the 18 inning baseball game and the two-way player who got on base 9 times, and they're gonna say, "Shut up, Grandpa! Like go, like we're gonna put you in a home." Like that's like it's not real stuff. It seems like we made it up, but like we're really seeing it in real time. I went to this game, 18-inning game. Shohei Ohtani went 4 for 4 with 2 homers, 2 doubles, and then got intentionally walked 4 times and basically 5 times. It's crazy, man. And like, why wouldn't you do that? And if I'm John Schneider, guess what? I'm doing it again tomorrow. Like and it sucks for baseball fans. Like it sucked being there, being like, okay, Shohei's gonna come up, but you knew he wasn't gonna come up. So I don't know. There's nothing you can do about that. But if you're on the Blue Jays side, why would you pitch to this guy right now? He's only going to hurt you. And you know what? I do think there's 2 advantages to doing it. I think you're pissing off Mookie. And like, I don't think in a good way where he's like using it as fuel. I feel like he's like mad. Like he feels disrespected because he's not the guy that you're supposed to walk someone to pitch to. It's the other way around. And I've been in those situations where the guy in front of you gets walked, and yeah, like you want to be the guy. But if it happens 4 times, it becomes disrespect, and then it starts to creep in your mind a little bit. I don't know, man. I know it's Shohei Ohtani, and but it's a psychological thing, and maybe you can't put yourself in his shoes, but I feel like I can, and I think it messes with you.
Yeah. Well, you said that basically I would do it from here on out. Here's John Schneider once again.
He had a great game. He's a great player, but I think after that, you just kind of take the bat out of his hands.
And not to give away secrets, but this is pretty much what we should expect going forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get it. I totally understand it, and it sucks. It sucks so much because you want to see him do something special. And you're right. The only way that this is going to stop is if Mookie Betts starts connecting. And right now he's kind of caught in Pop-Upsville a lot. And I don't know what that means. You're the guy that has to explain it, kind of where he is with his swing right now. He started to get hot toward the end of the year, and you were like, okay, well now. And he's done some good things here in the playoffs, but he just needs one.
Yeah, I mean, it's either he's caught in between. Like, this is what it looks like to me. I don't want to say he's like slowed down, but like I think he's slowed down a little bit. I'm sure. Like, he's been playing this game for a long time. He still has plenty of quickness and can do all the things. I feel terrible. Like, I shouldn't be talking about Mookie Betts like this, but he seems like he's in between right now, which meaning he's not really on the fastball, but he's a little too quick to the breaking pitches as well. So, that can be cleaned up at any given moment. It just has to happen, and I don't know how else to explain it other than that. Like it will come. It just has to happen. Like something has to click for him, and it just hasn't really yet.
Maybe we need one of our baseball sleuths to put in the comments here. I would love to know what Mookie's stats are following a Shohei intentional walk this postseason. Love to know that.
It'd be pretty easy to probably find that out.
Do you think that Shohei will get walked in the first inning intentionally?
Bieber versus Shohei, intentional walk from the first inning. I think I would.
Oh my God.
I think I would, Chris.
That's incredible.
He can steal, but gosh dang, Alejandro Kirk is hosing people, dude.
Including him. Let me give you this. Shohei 2 for 13 all time against Bieber. And once again, this is a different Bieber. That was all pre-surgery. 6 strikeouts. 54, 154, 231 is his slash line.
If we saw someone, if he intentionally walked to lead off a game, has that ever happened in the history of the game?
I mean, who the hell knows? Are you kidding
There's
me?
no way. There's no way.
This was just the second time in World Series history where a batter was intentionally walked with the bases empty. It happened to Albert Pujols in 2011, And that was the series where he had a 3-homer game. But he's not doing this. By the way, did you well, you didn't see the stat because you were at the game. When he hit the double the opposite way and then the homer, those were his first 2 hits that went to the opposite field in 5 weeks.
Wow.
And that's where he really separates himself, because he hits that ball left center field in Dodger Stadium, where that should be a pull homer for a righty.
Yeah,
And
he does.
how many times do we see it a year where he does it? It's ridiculous. I don't know anymore what to say about him. I guess I'm just going to sit here and enjoy it and laugh. I don't know.
It's crazy, man. We truly are seeing something once in a lifetime, but more than that.
No, this is your shooting star. It's whatever you want to say, whatever cliche you want to put on it. It's not happening again. I know Max Scherzer came out and said, hopefully he can inspire all he wants. I don't know.
I mean, I told you this, but I don't know if I brought it up on the show. I mean, we went to go look for a birthday present for my buddy who's a big Dodgers fan. And I was like, hey, told a couple of my other friends, I said, let's go in on this together. It's like buy a Shohei jersey. And I went on Fanatics and it was $50,000. And guess what? They're all sold out. So
God,
that's what we're seeing right here.
What did he do? Sleep in it?
No, it was not. Okay. The one that I saw, it was a Tokyo Series jersey. Okay. Not a game worn. And he signed it. And I believe it was 1 of 10. He numbered them 1 through 10. It's crazy, man.
I know that there's a bit of you that doesn't even want to think about this with the intentional walks. I did put it out on a Twitter poll. Should they limit it to 1 time against a hitter per game, or should they not even change the rule? How do you think the vote came back at this point?
Ooh.
What
you have the
percentage?
result in front of you?
Yeah. What percentage said, yeah, change it to limiting it 1 time per hitter per game, or do not change that rule?
I feel like because of what happens tonight, I bet you it's pretty high in the limit to 1 time per game. I would say 70% that.
Would it surprise you that only got 27.5% of the vote? A lot of people are saying, hey, listen, it's part of baseball. Deal with it. Have your teammate pick you up. Interesting.
It's not good for us as a sport, people.
It's not, but I don't know if there's any way around it.
There's really not any way around it, no.
Because what's going to happen is if you take it away, then you're going to go out there and just tell your guy, miss.
Well, I think get rid of this. Make him throw it. Make him throw. Go back to the old intentional. I know they want to speed up the game and all that. I get it. That's why. But I think that would be a solution. Because pitchers don't like that. They don't want to do that.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing. I want to bring back embarrassment to intentional walks. I do. I'm being serious. You should be embarrassed that you're a professional and you can't pitch that guy. I know he's great, but you can't pitch. Embarrass yourself in front of everybody.
The public shaming.
Yes. Sometimes you need it, Chris.
I'm not so sure I like the public shaming. I don't know if I could handle it. What do you think, people? Is Plouffe onto something with the public shaming? And also, you guys can get in on this. Should we change the intentional talk rule? Should we not?
Okay, how about this? Okay, I got one.
Yeah.
Instead of having to throw as a public shame, you have to bow to him. Or something like that. That will be fun. Neil.
Either Sawyer or producer Dan, thank you very much for the stats. Ohtani intentionally walked 8 times this postseason. Mookie, this was Sawyer. Okay. Good job, intern Sawyer. Mookie, 3 ribs, a double, a single, 2 walks. He had an intentional walk. He grounded into a double play, and he had 2 flyouts. So, done okay.
Good job, intern Sawyer.
All right. Good work by you. Baseball postseason, full swing. Keep up with the World Series with T-Mobile, the best network in America, according to Ookla's speed test. With the most towers, a signal that goes farther than ever before, and the most advanced 5G you can catch even more of the postseason. So whether you're streaming the games out and about, or you're checking stats on the road, or cheering on your team game at the ballpark, you're connected wherever your fandom takes you. Head on over to T-Mobile.com/network to switch to the best network. For baseball fans, it's better over here. All right, we continue on. We're going to cover just some more crazy stuff that happened in this game. I guess let's get to the defense. Let's credit the Blue Jays first and foremost, because we know they were the best defensive team in all of baseball. But the things they did, like the Vlad play, coming out, coming off the bag, throwing across the diamond, I thought that was enormous. I did have a little bit of a problem with, I guess that was Teo running. I've forgotten who it was. Let's see.
It was Teo. I did not have a problem with that at all. That was
You did not have a problem with
I
it?
thought that was a great read by him.
By Teo?
Yes.
2 outs. You don't have a problem with the runner making the out at third.
We always say be aggressive, put pressure on the defense. And I understand that the Blue Jays play great defense, but that took a miraculous play by Vladdy to get him right there. It was a good read.
And he has done that several times. He has just been great.
He almost fell on that play. And he still threw a laser over there. And it was cool to see, when you make a throw that the guy who's catching it doesn't even have to put a tag down. It's like already there. That's when you do a good job.
Barger with a throw that almost reached 100 miles an hour to nail Freddie Freeman. Now, once again, it gets back to the old adage, 2 outs, we're going to be aggressive. We're going to try and send you. But, Freddie these days, he's not running great. He's got a hitch in his giddy up. Barger was shallow at that point.
That was a laser.
That was a laser. No problem sending him here?
Honestly, I don't really remember how I felt at this time. It happened so long ago. I vividly remember the throw, though, because it happened right in front of us. Our seats were right there. And every single person around us, no one was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you got thrown. Everyone was in awe of the throw. All Dodger fans were like, wow, that was awesome to see.
Yeah, his arm is just sick. It's fantastic. Defensively, the Dodgers, the first third of the game, I had to compute in my head how many innings we played and how many innings 6 innings is. Putrid, really, really bad. I thought that, obviously Edmonds' error that, helped that 3-run homer by Kirk. That was brutal. Obviously, we know what he was thinking. Hey, Bichette can't run. If I could just make this turn quick. Instead, it's first and third, and then boom, hanging curveball at Glasnow. Gave up, and Kirk just continues to do his thing. I didn't love Teoscar Hernandez's throw home. Took when Vladdy scored the go-ahead run. I guess that was in the 7th, if I'm remembering correctly. The Dodgers were all over the place. And then Tommy Edman makes probably the defensive play of the game. Didn't you think at that time?
It was a great play. And again, that one kind of happened right in front of us too. And you can ask Jake, I was yelling right there, 3, 3, 3, 3. And he came up and threw a strike. That you have to be perfect with that throw. And he was. If that thing is, up the line at all, or, towards second base at all, like Muncie's not able to apply the tag in time, but he threw a perfect one hop right on the base, allowed Muncie to, get a quick tag down there. And it was great to see him do that. He ended up going to center field, right?
He did.
So does he not start there tomorrow?
We'll see how he's feeling, right? He had that gimpy ankle that cost him time down the stretch, and they were reluctant to move guys. Miguel Rojas has barely played because of that. They can't get him on the field. But I think I will say this: I thought Pages's at bats were significantly better here in Game 3.
I disagree. I said it. He should have been bunting the last 3 times he was up, 4 times he was up.
Now that's a different discussion.
I don't understand why he won't do it. Ernie Clement was in the outfield, giving him a base hit bunt.
You're right.
I don't get it. Okay.
2 other things I want to get to. You talked a little bit about the moves that John Schneider made. Just to go over them, IKF ran for Bichette in the 7th. They ended up both getting 4 at bats. Bottom of 7, Springer gets hurt. France originally came in. Springer, France, and Schneider all got 3 at bats in that DH spot. Top of 8, This was one I think where people had a real problem was that Straw ran for Barger. They both got 4 at-bats, and Straw had trouble. He couldn't lay down the bunt. He didn't end up doing enough. And then Heineman ran for Kirk in the 12th. Kirk gets 4 at-bats. He's been their most productive offensive player. 3 for Heineman in this series. Were there any moves that Schneider made where at the time you were like, I really don't get it?
Well, you always think of when you take Barger out of the lineup that, he might come up to hit again, but they've been doing that at times, for defense late in games. So it didn't seem crazy. The Kirk one to me, like, how much faster is Tyler Heineman than Alejandro Kirk? I know Tyler. It's probably a little faster, but I would have waited to get Kirk to second. If you're going to make the move, I would have waited to get him to second. Like a good bunt gets him there.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you feel like that's the time to make the move, make the move. But at that point, you also had 3 of your other bats out of the lineup. So to like get Kirk out as well, I thought that was just, I don't know if he needed to do that one.
Okay. The last thing we got to talk about, it happened so early in the game, but because I don't know if we've ever seen this, Bo Bichette's on first base and Varsho's at the dish, and we all think it's ball 4. Everybody in the stadium thinks it's ball 4, and Mark Wegner calls it a strike, albeit very late. Varsho starts walking to first like twice. He kind of double clutched, and Bichette had already turned his back and started walking to second, so they essentially pick him off. It could have led to a big inning. You could have had first and second and nobody out, and then who knows exactly where we're going to go from there because you can't exactly play it out. But I don't know. Blue Jay fans were yelling at me, I said, because ultimately, as effed up a call as it was by Wegner, Bo Bichette's got to be 100% certain. I mean, that's at the end of the day, it's.
Yeah, he does. When we were there, we couldn't tell what happened. I
Sure.
didn't know what the heck was going on. I think a couple things. Wegner, like his calls all night were like that, where
Yeah.
it was just like, and I don't like. Does he always do that? I've watched games he's umpired before. I've played with him before. Like it's just was very delayed today. It was Dalton. What got Bo was the second time. Like Dalton looked back at first, then started going. And yeah, I mean, yeah, do you have to be certain? Sure, but you play so many baseball games that like never happens. It's kind of like second nature. The guy starts walking to first base, you start going to second. Just a messed up thing. And if I'm a Blue Jays fan, I'm pissed at that. Like I'm very, very upset that happened.
Yeah,
because that shouldn't happen. And that
No.
and you could say like, what's the run probability when you have first and second, no outs as opposed to. One out, nobody on, like it's big.
Yeah, the other interesting umpiring thing was that I don't know if they're avid listeners and viewers of baseball today, but they brought in an umpire to discuss Will Smith. Oh, you don't even know this happened.
No.
Oh my God. Mark Carlson, who still is an umpire.
Yeah, I like Mark. Mark's great.
So he must be the umpire that is working at Chelsea Piers going over the stuff. They brought him on after the Will Smith blocking of the plate where John Schneider challenged it and they did not overturn it. They came back when the Dodgers had a chance to walk this off, by the way. So the timing, and Mark's obviously not used to being on TV either, so we got to work on that part of it.
Was he long-winded?
It wasn't great. I'm not going to be mad at him because this is not what he does. It's not like he's Mike Pereira on the NFL. And
Shout out Mike.
Yeah, and he does a great job with it. It was unfair to put him in the position, but it was so interesting that this was the time they decided to debut an umpire explaining what they look for when they're blocking the plate or not blocking the plate. But it was not well timed because the Dodgers could have walked it off on any pitch.
That's great.
So we're making progress, but it almost blew up in their face.
I got Mike Pereira's phone number in my contact list. How about that? Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah. I have Mike Pereira. I have his number.
How'd you get that one?
We sat next to each other on a plane one time.
Really?
Yeah. We started talking. It was great. He was very fascinating to talk to. He was like writing down all these numbers. I think I asked him, like, are you like a bookie or something? He's like, no, I'm a referee. I was like, oh, okay.
Wait, so you got him while he was still a ref or while he was doing the TV stuff?
No, he was doing what he was doing.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I like that. Hey, today's episode, it is sponsored by Nutrafol. Nothing like the postseason. It's full of moments that we can take our hats off to. That's why Nutrafol is now the official hair growth partner of Major League Baseball. They want to help fans celebrate what's under the hat. With thicker, stronger hair, they can feel confident showing off. Yes, Nutrafol is the #1 hair growth supplement in the game. Clinically proven to see results in 3 to 6 months. Why? Nutrafol's all about growth, the kind that takes time, commitment, consistency. That's why it's a perfect pairing with the game of baseball, because it's more than just a game. It's about showing up day after day, season after season, because when you get to the biggest moments, nothing should hold you back. In this postseason, whether you're tipping your cap to a walk-off win or just simply enjoying the game, you can do it with hair worth celebrating. So do yourselves a favor. Visit Nutrafol.com to take $10 off your first month subscription and join millions seeing thicker, stronger hair. So now we get to Game 4, where the Dodgers will either take a huge 3-1 series lead or the Blue Jays will tie it at 2 and make sure that we are headed back north of the border. It's going to be Shane Bieber against Shohei Ohtani, who was just a little bit busy on Monday night as he reached base safely 9 times.
I will remind you, you are the starting pitcher in the next game. We saw Dave Roberts, your manager, check on you in the 11th inning. How do you feel? And how will you feel tomorrow?
今日の試合の展開っていうところもあって、明日の状態、投げることに関してどう思いますか？
もう早く帰って寝て明日に備えたいです。
I want to go to sleep as soon as possible so I can get ready.
Rest well. Thank you so much, Shohei.
Thank you.
Awesome. Stop asking me stupid questions. I need to go to bed. That is awesome. That's what that meant, people. Just so you know, that's what that meant.
Oh my gosh. That is hilarious. Hilarious.
I'm trying to save my breath. What do you want me to say right here? I'm fine. It's going to be great. What? He's a huge sleep guy too. Like that's his thing is sleep.
So what can we expect?
I mean, offensively, I think we'll see a bunch of walks. We already talked about that. On the mound?
Yes, which is probably the more critical component here.
I honestly, how could you not expect him to be a little gassed? I don't know what that means. If that means he's gonna run out of steam a little bit earlier, and on the 85th pitch instead of the 100th pitch, or something like that. But he's got to be gassed, Chris. That's the truth. Like he just was on base 9 times. We saw him try to steal bases. He was running all over the place. And he's not going to get his full allotted amount of sleep, which is, like I said, very, very important to him. Okay. I saw something. Fact check me, Dodger fans in the comments. I saw something that he like travels with his own mattress like pad specifically designed for him, or like maybe it's even a mattress. I don't know. It's something crazy like that. Like he's
what's his sleep
very,
number?
very in tune with his sleep.
Yeah. What's his sleep number?
I don't know. It's not a sleep number. I know that.
17. So let me ask you this. There will be people who will say, hold on, Trevor, for God's sakes, he walked 5 times. 4 of them, all he had to do was take his shin guard off. How tired can he be?
I mean, he just played almost a 7-hour baseball game. I mean, look, he's going to come, and guess what? The first pitch he's going to throw is going to be 100 miles an hour. Like, he's going to be fine. It's not like he's going to be so crazy out of it, but I think he might run out of steam a little earlier. Like he's again, like I think everyone's going to be gassed tomorrow. It's hard to come back and just turn it on again. Like the adrenaline will be there, no doubt about that. But once that is done, I think these guys are going to have to. There's going to be some stuff they're taking, and like I mean, like coffee and caffeine stuff.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. The Dodgers use 10 pitchers. There are going to be certain guys who obviously will not pitch. Mr. Klein might be done for the year. We'll see. Sheehan threw 37 pitches. That's a lot. Roki threw 29, even though obviously he's been off for a considerable amount of time. You would think he would be good. Clayton Kershaw is interesting. He came in a bases-loaded situation. He pitched in extra innings for the first time in his career. Do you?
He would have had to, if he walked Lucas right there, he would have had to face Vladimir Guerrero Jr. with the bases loaded.
Yeah, that would have been really interesting. How great is that Sandy Koufax is
it
there?
Was awesome,
incredible. Do you think Kershaw, that was the last batter he faced?
I think so.
Really?
I do. I mean, at what point, what time was that, or what inning was that?
Was that the 12th? Dan, throw that video back.
It was the 12th.
What does it say?
Like, it took very, very extraordinary circumstances to get him in the game.
But now,
Dave and Roberts found lefty matchup for him, understanding that if he got him, he only needed to, 1 out. He only needed to get 1 out.
Look at how
he
emotional
didn't have to face 3 batters, all that stuff like that. So I do, unless we get another crazy like blowout game or something like that. But
if so, it's a great way to go.
Yes, to go out on top like that, and he was stoked. I saw him give a little roar there.
Over under 15 outs for both starters. Game 4.
That's 5 innings. You did this today. I think we got it right?
Right around there.
No. What did we say today? Would you say that they would pitch 5 innings or pitch into the 5th? Because that's what they both
I think
did.
Into the 6th was what we were looking at.
Then we got it wrong.
On both or neither.
So we got it wrong.
Right.
15 outs? I think, we're going to get that. Because I guess I said this yesterday. His managers don't want to go to their bullpen. They were forced to kind of go to their bullpen today, but with what just happened, I think there'll be a longer leash for these guys. So I'll say both of them do.
Playoff season is here, everybody. Whether you're at a watch party, a tailgate, you're hanging with friends after the game, nothing levels up those moments like a refreshing tropical lime kick of Mountain Dew Baja Blast. It's absolutely legendary. It's available everywhere, every shape and form. You can get it in a can. You can get it in a bottle. So this postseason, whether you're hanging with friends or you're rooting for your favorite team or you're grabbing food late night after the game, or in our case, maybe breakfast pretty soon, maybe you're at a fall tailgate. If you're doing college football or pro football, just grab something that'll help tie it all together. That is Baja Blast. Don't wait. Grab Mountain Dew Baja Blast today and taste the tropical refresh that takes every occasion to the next level. Find it now at mountaindew.com/finddew. All right, it's almost time for Mr. Plouffe to go to bed. But before that, Game 3 was played 2,521 miles from the Rogers Center in Toronto. But that place was rocking when Alejandro Kirk stepped to the plate.
And a curveball hit high and deep. Left center field.
That shot that we just showed, I don't think it does it justice. There was a wide shot somewhere, and it looked to capacity. So would you ever go to a watch party in a stadium?
In my younger years, for sure, yeah.
Would have.
Yeah, if I was looking to, meet some ladies or something like that, yeah. Now, heck no. No.
I'm just always curious about this. Is it, and maybe people could try and convince me in the comments. I can't imagine. I like being in the comforts of my home when I'm watching with the people I'm close to.
Yeah, but you're old.
I am old, but I think I was old soul anyway. I don't think I could have done it in my 20s. So what's the biggest appeal of going into that huge an arena or a stadium in this case with nothing going on in the field in front of you? What is the most appealing thing? Is it the community? What is it?
Yeah, it's human interaction. We actually need more of this. I'm applauding it. I like it. I'm in. We need more. We need more togetherness, more community, less
isolation,
less just like screen time. Get your butt out there and enjoy it together, man. Have a beer with your friends.
Okay. You convinced me.
Yeah.
I don't even think anybody needs to drop something, but if you want to, you can. You can tell us how much fun you had, or if you were at that last night. I would love to hear the emotions of people who stuck it. Do you think people stuck it out in Toronto till 2:50 in the morning?
I wonder if they can they serve beer as long as they want in something like that instead of having to end it in the 7th?
Ooh, good question. These are great questions.
Yeah.
You're sharp even though you're tired.
People were like, there's obviously no beer, but there was concession stands open the entire time. Like, not all of them, but some of them. It was an interesting vibe tonight.
I don't know if this is Sawyer or Dan once again. I'm going to guess Sawyer. I'll give him the credit. Shohei takes naps as part of his daily routine and even travels with custom-made mattress and pillow.
He's pissed. His sleep score is going to suck. So was mine. So was mine.
Can I just thank you? I know this is part of your job, but I do appreciate it. It's one of the many reasons we love you.
I wouldn't have it any other way. You know what, Chris? You and I are grinders.
We are grinders. Even though you hung up on me earlier.
Hey, guess what? Not everyone does.
Not everybody does. That is true. I apologize. You're a hell of a middleman, though, I can tell you that.
Oh, baby. You're good.
So game 4, I think the Blue Jays tie this series up. I'm going to go, I'm going to say 5-3 is the final. And I think Alejandro Kirk is going to hit another homer.
Like, you think Shohei's just so mad because they won't let him do anything at the plate? He's just going to shove.
I don't know. I think
I can't put anything past this guy, dude.
I know.
Anybody else on the mound, doesn't matter who it is, even Yamamoto, even Snell, I'd be like, dude, I feel like the Blue Jays have, like, they could have won this game, even with those guys that they put in there. Was, people were calling it a 4A lineup. Springer hurts. I don't know, man. Shohei to me just is the difference maker. There's just something about this guy. You can't bet against him.
Okay,
Chris, he's gonna win. If they win the World Series, he's gonna win MVP.
I know. And
he might not even have to swing a bat to do it.
Well, you're right. He's gonna get his steps in.
Crazy.
So at least do that. All right. We will see you post-game, hopefully not after 18 innings, and hopefully it won't be Wednesday morning. It'll be Tuesday night our time, but we'll keep our fingers crossed and see how that goes. For our amazing, one-of-a-kind producer, Dan Rourke, you're incredible. You're an animal, dude. Our awesome intern, Sawyer. That is the uber-talented Trevor Plouffe. I am Chris Rose. We will see you after Game 4 here on another World Series edition of Baseball Today, presented to you by Mountain Dew Baja Blast.